Okay, so come with me while I go on a walk. It okay, so I don't even know how to really start it. I think I'm in the mad stage of my grieving. Grieving what? Didn't you already grieve, Sawyer? According to my brother, the fucker's dead. No. I have not fully grieved. I will never fully grieve. Reginald. Oh my goodness. I will never fully grieve. I will forever be grieving. But I might have already gone through the mad part of it. Like me being mad. I really don't know. Or I'm not even going through the mad part. I'm just finally waking up and realizing and seeing how much shit I put up with from my family, mainly my brother, and like I got to thinking, and it's like you guys probably are like, oh, maybe that it wasn't that, it doesn't sound that bad. Like, I don't understand why her mental issues would be continuing to be bad and whatever. I was so young that my brain was wired to that stuff. I just, I don't know. So I learned from a very, 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 very early age that, I need to predict the future. I need to see and think about what could happen, what might happen, what I feel is going to happen. And I say that because I had to figure out what my brother needed before he needed it. Okay, okay, he's whining and groaning because of, pain, probably. Let me see. And so then I'd, do it, whatever. So I would try to stay ahead of it, because if I didn't stay ahead of it, then he would be in pain, then he'd be pissy, and then he would take it out on who? Me. Who didn't want that? Me. So I learned to anticipate and prepare for whatever scenario. And here's an example. I consider everyone that I'm friends with or family or anything, I consider things that I can do for them if I can. Like if I notice, oh, there's some water on the floor. I'll use this as an example. I know a cat that likes to play in the cat water fountain and ends up with water coming out everywhere, right? So, here, come on, Reggie. So, water ends up on the floor. And, my mom likes to get up and go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, get a drink, whatever. And my son does too. And sometimes I do. Not a lot, but anyways, I'll be like, oh, I see some water. And then I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't really want to pick it up. But then I'm like, okay, well, what if mom comes in here to get a drink and then she steps right on that and falls, and then she gets really hurt, and then she can't go to work, and then what? So my panic sets in and my anxiety sets in, so I have to hurry up and pick it up and whatever. And back when I was being the caregiver to Jay, he shit on the floor in the kitchen once, because he was sick. And like, fine, whatever. He was in a wheelchair. He couldn't get in the bathroom. He literally was only able to kind of pull himself up and stand against the sink. And I was at school, I guess. I was at school, and I come home, and it just looked like the bottled chocolate syrup. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Just right in front of the sink, huge puddle of it. And I'm like, it smelled, obviously. And I'm like, what the fuck happened, right? So I go and I check on him, and I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, I'm sick. I think I have the flu, and I've been throwing up, and I had diarrhea, and I shit on the floor, and I'm sorry. And then he threw up again or some shit, like, whatever. Okay. So then I was like, I'm not his mom. Like, I'm not getting paid for this shit. And I really just didn't want to clean it up, because what 7-year-old, 8-year-old, maybe 8-year-old would want to clean up someone else's chocolatey looking syrup diarrhea on the freaking off the linoleum or whatever, right? But then I was like, okay, well, mommy's at work, or she was at school, I'm not sure. She has to finish doing what she's doing there, and then she has to drive, oh god, probably like, what was it, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, I'm not really sure how far, home. And then she's still got to do, whatever she's got to do. And if I leave this for her to do, then she's not going to be able to finish doing what she needs to do. She's going to go to bed later than normal, and she's going to be really tired tomorrow, and then that means she might be grouchy, and then if she's grouchy, then that means Jordan's going to be grouchy, and then if Jordan's grouchy, then that means I'm going to get basically shit on, because here, go, because he needed a punching bag, and apparently I obviously was the only one that was home mostly to endure most of it, and I'm not saying I was the only one that he would yell at and whatever, because he wasn't. He would do it to my mom. He would attempt to do it to like my grandma or my grandpa, like kind of like attitude-y, and I think he knew better than to do that with them. I know he probably did a few times or whatever, but I think he probably knew better than to act like that around them. But like it's always like a spiral that I want to avoid. I want to avoid the spiral. And because at the end of the spiral, and it's always usually me, at the end of the spiral is I'm getting yelled at. I'm getting in trouble, like for stuff I didn't even do. So, oh gosh, it got really dark. For stuff I didn't even do, stuff I didn't really, whatever, say. And I get it. She was tired, and, he was just one of those kids that you just want to freaking give 1,000 fucking quarters to just go play unlimited games at the pinball machine, just so you would have a moment's peace, and he would just leave you alone and shut up, because anyways, and like he would make so I only have one brother, but I have a younger cousin who's 2 years younger than me, and he's an only child, so he's like our cousin, but also like brother type thing. And he's my kids' uncle, so because he's not gonna have kids, and he doesn't have any siblings, so he would be so joking and kidding so much with our cousin that he would make him cry. And I mean, like, you're like, oh, probably thinking, oh, well, he's, he was a kid, he was a boy. I get that. I mean, I make fun of my kids all the time. Like, it's a part of life. Got to toughen them up before they get to school. Oh my goodness, hold on, Reg. And so we me and my cousin got along better. Okay, come on, better than because I was like his favorite person, the best thing ever, and then he discovered Jordan or Jay or whatever. discovered that Jay was so much cooler than me. So he ditched me and they ended up, boys will be boys. So anyways, so I've learned to just anticipate what could happen, what might happen, what will happen. And I have predicted like 5 things in my life that have recently happened that I felt were going to happen, and they did. Nothing good, like not winning the Powerball, nothing like that, because why? Why would life help like that? So, oh no, hold on. I saw some people walking. I don't like it when people look at me like when I'm doing stuff. Probably because I used to get yelled at if I was going too slow or too fast, or I did it stupid looking or whatever, and I was constantly belittled and yelled at every time I was watched, and so now I have anxiety and issues. Anywho, but yet I make a video and then I post it, but it's because it's not like live. Now, I don't think I could go live. Anyways, so he'd make him cry, and it was always just like I would see the fit, not the fit, but like the anger and the annoyance like building up in my mom because of the crap he was saying, or the crap he was doing, or whatever. Yes, he does have autism. Has he ever been officially diagnosed? No. I diagnosed him from the MTV True Life stuff. I have Asperger's, or I have autism or something, like when, that stuff was still on, like Raid My Room and all that stuff. The guy on that show was exactly how my brother was, with like he was obsessed with trains, and then like I picture it, and I look back, and like I always had to sit in the back because little kid, younger sibling, whatever. I always took a nap anyway, so it really didn't matter. But like so he'd be in the passenger seat. So when like when my mom would be going through, like, oh my God, it's like it just happened yesterday. It's so funny. And I'm not making fun of, people on the spectrum, because I'm on the spectrum, and I'm laughing because he has made fun of everybody, everything, my dead kid, like fucking everything. So he's a real piece. So I'm laughing because he's an asshole, not because of the autism thing. So anyways, but so on the MTV show, he was like, I'm obsessed with trains and whatever. And then I like to flap my hands. And I was like, and so I was like, okay, what? Like, that's like how? Like a bird? Like I was thinking, how like a bird? And the guy on the show goes like that, like really fast, but with both hands. And I'm like, oh, that's Jay. Come on. I'm like, that's Jay. And so when my mom would be driving through like red lights and stuff, he'd be like pointing his toes forward, like he was like pushing on the gas pedal, and then he would he'd sit there and he'd go and he'd like hurry, like like he would get all stressed out going through a green light. And it's like, that was his stem apparently. And I mean, back 30 some years ago, like we didn't, this was not prevalent then, but I just think back on it, and it's just it just makes me laugh because of the things he makes fun of his own wife for, and like he's such a freaking asshole. Anyways, so where I'm going with this is, I have always felt like, okay, I have to pre-plan or pre-help or pre-do stuff so that way it can this can be avoided, or this can be avoided, or, someone, so-and-so has time for this, or, whatever the case may be. And like, just to help, help out, like, oh, okay, I've cleaned my mom's room before, like I've done just like random shit just because I know that it would be easier for them. They had a long day, like cleaning that shit up off the floor. Like, and I'm not trying to like throw down, my mom under the bus or anything, because I'm not. It's just, I got the shit end of the stick growing up. I really did. And like, I just feel, I know that had I not done what I did to step up for my brother, he would not have, he either would not have made it. He would have been in the hospital a lot more with like, infections. And, and then my mom would, she would have never been able to go to school. She would have never been able to finish college. She would have been more tight on money because of having to hire somebody. So I'm in like the mad part of my grief, because I'm grieving the childhood I could have had. I'm grieving the fact that it's like becoming more prevalent how much I don't feel supported, how much I don't feel thought of, how much I don't feel thought about, like ever, or considered. I've always felt like, oh yeah, don't forget Emily. Oh yeah, don't forget to let her know. Oh yeah, don't forget we have to tell her. Don't forget we have to invite her. Not the, oh yeah, Emily should come. Let's invite Emily, or whatever. It's never that. It's never that, of course, because why would it be? It's always like, I'm an afterthought. I'm the afterthought of the friend group. I'm the afterthought of the family. I'm the afterthought of, well, everybody. I have yet to be proven wrong about that, because I'm not wrong. It's a lot. It's been a lot. I'm gonna make a part 2, because I have a lot to say, and I'm very, very mad and irritated this week, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm gonna start my period. Anyways, I'm gonna, yeah.